We can use Solo Taxonomy to frame our teaching. So we might plan a series of lessons where we're taking students from a very basic level of understanding to a much more complex one. And in our minds, we're thinking about the taxonomy as we do that. We're using it as a structuring tool. Let's imagine we have a science teacher who is planning a new unit of work for their students, and they decide to use Solo Taxonomy to structure this unit. The topic is habitat, and the teacher decides, for their purposes, that they're going to work on the basis students might have no understanding of habitat before they begin. So they begin their lesson planning at the pre-structural phase, the first level of the Solo Taxonomy. We begin the lesson by introducing a simple definition of what a habitat is. Our aim is to help students make the first step from pre-structural to unistructural. We give the definition of a habitat along with some examples. We ask some questions which help students connect this to their prior experience, and we then lead the class in a quick call and response of the keyword and its definition. Next, we move on to multistructural. We now want students to understand more about habitats. We want them to be able to describe different habitats and list things that connect to habitats. We show a short video about the topic, then give students some research material and a series of simple questions. They work on this in groups, and then we bring the whole class together for a discussion of the answers. At this point, we can feel confident that students have moved from pre-structural to multistructural. Their understanding of habitats is swiftly developing. So we move things on and start to focus on the fourth level, relational. Now our focus is on how the conditions in a habitat affect different living things, how different habitats are more or less appropriate for different types of creature. We set up a couple of activities which let students explore this and let them start using processes like analysis and compare or contrast. This is more complex and so requires more time. And we decide that we might not move on to the extended abstract level of Solo Taxonomy until our next lesson. What this shows, though, is that we can use Solo Taxonomy as a tool for structuring individual lessons as well as a sequence of lessons. And when we're doing that, we're basing our teaching on the idea that we're gradually increasing the level of complexity in students' understanding of the topic. Golden nugget. We can use Solo Taxonomy to frame our teaching, for example, by using it to plan an individual lesson or a sequence of lessons.